Yo, what's going on guys, it is FoxyDude98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we are here with the brand new launch of the Ferrari SF71H for you guys here on the channel. It has just been released via Ferrari's live stream, which they put out on their website. And here it is. This is the brand new Ferrari, and honestly, it's absolutely stunning. I mean, you know, any Ferrari launch you ever see is pretty much stunning apart from their 2014 car, but as you can see then, from last year, we can see two little small changes really, and I'm looking in terms of the livery aspects now. There's a lot more red on the car, and I kind of hope that they just went literally full red. Like, no other cars, no other colours, nothing like that, just full red. But they've gone with pretty much a full red car, with a little bit of white, again, at the rear with the little, like, rear fin is. And you can also see the exact placement of where the number is going to be for the car. But this is the new car itself. And firstly, before I get into details about the actual picture itself, I'm just going to say a couple of things that the one of the people from Ferrari actually said when talking at the live presentation. Two things that we got caught on. First of all, obviously, the halo on the car is there, and there's actually a small little aero tweak on the halo, which I'll show you about in a closer screenshot later on. But first of all, they said that they're actually going to go with a longer wheelbase this year. As you guys know, last year, Ferrari had quite a short wheelbase, and it did actually help them a lot. And it was something that a lot of the analysts were saying, you know, Ferrari have got a shorter wheelbase than Mercedes. This year, Ferrari have gone with a longer wheelbase, which is quite interesting to note, and something to take forward into this season. Also, the radiator and the air ducts are a lot more aggressive on this Ferrari than they are compared to last year. They were just a few of the things that were said there, and also obviously the halo, and they've also actually included a T-wing on the back of the Ferrari, which I will show in a different shot. But first of all, this is the Ferrari itself. Let's get into the next shot. So having a look at a top-down version of the Ferrari, you can also see yet again a few things. There's a little bit less bodywork actually on the front of the car compared to the Mercedes, and I'm talking like barge boards areas now. There's a little bit less there from Ferrari compared to Mercedes, which may be something to talk about in the future. You can also see that on the rear wing, it's actually a completely plain red rear wing. And for any of you guys that are unaware, I'll quickly explain why that is. On the rear wing, normally it used to be a white rear wing with the sponsorship of Santander on there. Now, unfortunately, Santander, after 15 years of sponsoring in Formula 1, have decided to leave Formula 1 altogether. This is not just Ferrari, they have left Formula 1 and they will no longer be sponsoring them. They actually went on and started to now sponsor Champions League football, which is where they have left themselves. So Ferrari obviously have now lost the Santander sponsor overall, so of course that means that they don't have it on their rear wing, and it clearly means that they just haven't put one on. So they've decided to go with just a complete plain red rear wing, and you know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with a perfectly beautiful scarlet red Ferrari. And also you can see on the halo they have put the Ferrari logo on there, and it is a bright red halo color, and also it's quite a narrow Ferrari. I don't think it's quite as narrow as the Mercedes-Benz. It's definitely a lot more sleeker across the side pods towards the rear end of the car there. So quite interesting to note that. And of course, like I said earlier in the video, this does have a longer wheelbase compared to the Mercedes-Benz. But moving on into the next shot. Having a look at the next shot, then we've got a very, very nice looking Ferrari here to take a little bit more analysis from. And as you can see, you might be able to just clock it by the rear wing. There is the T-wing. It's the little black line just underneath the rear wing. If you look at the left-hand side of the rear wing, you just look a little bit down, there's a little bit of a black line there. That is basically the T-wing that they have attached to their car. So they have gone ahead and actually done that, which is quite interesting. And you can see again those side pods and those radiator ducts looking a lot more aggressive. I can definitely see that from what has been said. Also, a lot of work done on the front wing, and a very similar styled front wing compared to last year. And of course, you can see it does look a little bit plain on the front nose, but of course the number hasn't been put there for each driver, for number 5 for Vettel, number 7 for Raikkonen. Of course, looking at the rear wing where the little fin, you know, the little engine fin is that we just tend to call it now, they are looking to probably put the same number style. So when we saw that sort of like white little hexagon, you know, the white little box, and then the black number, that's probably going to go on the front of the nose as well. Just if you have a look at the rear engine fin, you can kind of see how that does work. And also at the rear end of the car, the side pod, it definitely flattens out a lot more, and that's quite interesting in terms of the aerodynamics of this car. Of course, we know from last year, Ferrari had the best car on the grid for its aerodynamic ability. So, seeing that maybe progress onto this year, it's pretty much about the power unit for Ferrari. They have the best aero. They need to obviously still do work on the aero and the chassis, but their power unit obviously let them down compared to last year. So if they can just creep that up a little bit, I don't have any concern seeing Ferrari maybe even topple Mercedes. But we'll move on into the next shot. This is an interesting shot that I actually wanted to bring forward. This is the halo of the Ferrari. Have a little look just at the top of the halo there. Cheeky little bit of extra bodywork on the top of this halo. Now, if you are unaware, all teams have to have the halo on the car. It's a rule for 2018, which is the worst rule ever made in Formula 1. But they're allowed to do whatever the hell they want with the halo. They can put whatever they want on there as long as the halo's there. And Ferrari already taking a little step forward, and they're putting a bit of aerodynamical stuff on there, some bodywork on the halo, which may or may not help. I'm not really sure, but yeah, just thought I'd put this shot in there because a little bit of a cheeky one there, Ferrari. I caught this one and I managed to screenshot it during the live stream. So yeah, Ferrari going a little bit sneaky there, putting some bodywork on the top of the halo. And this is actually what Toro Rosso have done as well, because Toro Rosso launched their car but only one shot. And they did do the exact same thing here, putting a little bit of bodywork on the top of the halo. And then we've actually got a full-on front-on angle of the Ferrari, and you can see, again, very, very interesting actually looking car actually from this angle. It looks really, really intriguing to actually take a full look at. The front wing, very, very nice, very, very sleek looking. But it's again, it's the side pods and the bodywork that I'm looking at, because once again, a very similar fashion to what teams have done this year. They've stuck out a bit of bodywork just past the side pods, and then it sort of connects into the radiator duct. It's very, very interesting to actually look at in general, really. And I don't know, I just keep looking at this Ferrari and thinking, wow, it's really nice, because that's pretty much what I'm getting from this one. The air intake at the top, just above the cockpit, pretty much the same as last year. No real changes there. And then we're going to move on into the final screenshot. And this is the final screenshot here, just a slightly upper version of the Ferrari. And again, it's the bodywork on the side of the car, just next to the cockpit itself, that is really, really intriguing. But again, you can see the little pieces then going down onto the floor of the car from the side of the cockpit, and bits and bobs just sort of connecting into the air, into the radiator intakes on the sides, which are very, very interesting. And again, you can see the T-wing properly now. If you look at the two rear wing end plates from either side of the T-cam, you can see the two little black lines that sort of diagonal down. That is the T-wing that Ferrari have sneakily put on the car. The same as Williams, in fact. But guys, that is the Ferrari SF71H. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, feel free to drop it a like. Subscribe if you're new around here as well, if you enjoy the content you do see here on the channel. Let me know what you think of the Ferrari in the comment section down below. I can confirm that the McLaren comes out at 7 o'clock in the morning UK time tomorrow. I probably won't wake up for that, to be honest. I'll probably just wake up like 8, 9 o'clock. I'll cover it then so you guys can see it. So hopefully you've enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care all. Peace.